What up, YouTube? This is Danya motherfucking East, and today, this is what we got going on. A Wicker bill. So I already started it, so I got a little bit, like the main thing was lining up the center, and I used the back camera. That was like the hardest part. I drilled the 2 holes, 1 hole here, 1 hole here. I put the rev nuts in. These 2. I just want to give you a little idea where I'm at so far. And I'll probably kick back in once I get a little more done or get it done. But I put the 2 rev nuts in and just mounted it up in place just to kind of see where I'm at. And then I'm going to drill out the rest of the holes. I'll show you. On the rev nuts, I actually painted the tips of them black just to give it a little more finished look. I mean, you probably won't even be able to see that, but I just figured I'd do the little extra. And I didn't get the black hardware, but I'll probably just paint the ends of the bolts black. So yeah, this is one of the Wicker bills you get off like eBay and Amazon. It's not like the super high end one. This was like 120 bucks, and it came with the rev nut tool and a bunch of rev nuts and all the washers and everything. So that's about it. I'll check back in when I get some more done. I'll probably add some pictures too. All right, so I got the rest of the holes drilled and I put in the rest of the rev nuts. Everything looked pretty good. And when you put the rev nuts in, you gotta be real careful, man, because these things, like, you gotta make sure they flush. Like when you tighten them down, like I got all these good. Like this one's maybe a hair off, maybe. But I think it was this one. When I first did it, man, that thing was bad. I had to get it out and I was freaking out, but I actually got it out and I got a new one in. It was no problem. And then, but yeah, so make sure you put them things in flush. And it's kind of a pain too, because that thing takes a lot of pressure and you're trying to hold it flush and squeeze it, you know what I'm saying? And you really need 2 hands, so it's hard. So if you got someone to help you, like hold it flush while you squeeze, it'll be way easier. And so it's basically done. On the actual Wicker bill, I drilled the holes out just like one size, just to give me a little play, because it was like super tight and I was having a hard time, like, cause I kept putting it on, test fitting it for like each hole. So I ended up drilling that out one size, and it made it a lot easier to go on, and it gives me a little leeway just in case I'm like off by a hair or whatever. But like I said, I'm gonna paint the bolts. I'm gonna clean this all up first, put the Wicker bill on, paint the bolts, and that should be it. So yeah, just make sure you get those really flush. And before you start doing anything, measure like 100 times, so you only got to drill once just to make sure it's right. Because once you drill, I mean, that's it. And it's really, I mean, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. To be honest, I was a little scared before I started drilling these holes, but I just was like, whatever, and I just started doing it. And I think it came out good. Well, no, for sure once I get it all mounted on, but I mean, I test fitted it and everything looks good. So I'll get back with the finished product. Okay, so I'm back at it. It's not totally done yet, as you see. Some of the holes aren't totally lining up. They're like off by just a little tiny bit. So I got to make some adjustments to these holes. Like I widened them out a little bit, which I think I said in the last video or the last segment, but I'm gonna have to widen them out, figure out exactly. Like this one might have to get widened out a little bit to the right, just a hair, but these black washers will cover that, so it doesn't matter. And I think like ZL1 Automotive, they say that their holes are a little bit bigger to give you like up to 1/8 or even 1/4 inch of movement either way, so that should be fine. What I forgot to say in the first video was make sure you tape everything. Like I screwed up with that. I learned my lesson. I have a nice little, I don't know if you can see it, but I used some rubbing compound and got it mostly out. There's a little bump up there though. I don't know if you can see it. I took a picture of it. I'll post that. Also, these little cardboard squares I cut out, they helped a lot with leaving a gap on the bottom. So I'm gonna make adjustments and get this thing done, and then I'll post that, or I'll add that in. All right. Looking like my holes are way off. When I started like bolting these holes first and then working my way down on each end, like I was having so much problems. So I bolted the back ends down and left these kind of hanging, and you look through, my holes are way off. I don't even know how that happened. I'll figure it out. Alright, so I got this done, and I'll put on, don't look bad. I was gonna paint the bolts, but I decided I'm just gonna replace them. I gotta get some black bolts, swap those out. And I did make a screw up. I don't know, I could get some black washers and hide it, but I don't know, I might just leave it. That right there. I screwed up when I was doing the hole. But all the rest are good. But if I got some black washers, like a little wider, they could look fine, little plastic washers. But, and you really can't see it. But, Wicker Bill.